so excited to be here. Hey, yo, I'm back in Tulsa. Come see me, I know. Yeah, I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. Give me up. Hey, I'm back in Tulsa. Come see me, I know. That's right. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. Hey, I'm back in Tulsa. See me, I know. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. What's good? Meet me on Motivational, where I stay with my grandma in elementary. Went to Niqua and Erica used to kiss on me. At Emerson, where I got kicked out of class for showing my man, the nigga was bad. Remember sneaking around the corner to the candy man. Or down the street at Ben Hill with my cousins and them. Pop stayed outside with 107 by the Mexicans. Before we stayed on East 38 by Bristol Apartments off Garnett. Back in the day, Uncle David would hook up the laser and get the back of that neck. Man, them was the days. Going to Bells on weekends. MLK parade singing happy birthday to you. And if you don't know, see me, I know. Don't let it know what. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. Give me up. Hey, I'm back in Tulsa. See me, I know. That's right. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. Hey, I'm back in Tulsa. See me, I know. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. What's good? Yeah, see me out north, body came into town. Rockland Avenue, close to downtown. Swing over the Greenwood, wanna chase the shit. Goodie, Black Wall Street, home of black ownership. Sweet Lisa's going on, y'all know it's the best. Ron Hot, Grand Cream Challenger finesse. Louis Vuitton pants with the Burberry vest. Rockin' them number 3Js with them stunning street shades. Since I always keep it late, your girl always keep me late. 10 toes down to the pavement. When I come in town, sincere, I see that's why they hate it. Yeah, when you see me out. Yeah, I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. Give me up. Hey, I'm back in Tulsa. See me, I know. That's right. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. Hey, I'm back in Tulsa. See me, I know. I'm back in Tulsa. Oh, I'll come out sure. What's good?
What's good, YouTube? Yeah, this your boy Sincere coming to you once again. That's that lovely Black Wall Street song calling Back to Tulsa from your boy me, Sincere, and Old School. You can get that from the brand Two Square Entertainment, from iTunes, Spotify, and CD Baby. I just wanted to come and drop some knowledge on y'all today, and commune. Drop a video on a topic that has most definitely been, you know, very vital in my life. It's called the giant in your life. And the giant really, it's just a cliche, we call it that, but it really means, whatever whatever mountain or whatever addiction or whatever thing you're facing in life, whatever challenge you may be facing in life, you can call it somewhat of a giant because it's not easy to overcome, and sometimes it takes people years, months, and sometimes even decades to overcome their challenges, to slay the giant in their life. So I just wanted to chop it up with y'all today because I have most definitely overcome many giants in my life. Give y'all a few testimonies as well, relay the message that no matter what, you can be like David and overcome any giant in your life if you have faith, trust, and believe in the Most High. He always come through for you and give you the knowledge and also the energy to do what you need to do to overcome that giant, to slay that giant. You feel me? But before that, I do want to let you know to please subscribe and like the video, you dig, so that YouTube could do his thing and put your boy Sincere in the algorithm, because we most definitely trying to get the word out about the Censor Me Today brand, where it's most definitely a judgment-free zone where we're going to come and most definitely chop it up, you know what I'm saying? Keep it 100, and we talk about a broad spectrum of things here. So we're not gonna be closed-minded here. We can learn from each other. I'm open-minded. If you know something I don't know, I'm most definitely gonna, what I'm saying, check out and see what you're talking about and whether or not it's a replica or not. So, but let's get to it. What is the giant in your life? There's many giants. There's many different things that could be, like I said, cliche, a giant. Some people smoke, have an addiction to smoking cigarettes. Some people have a alcoholic addiction. You know what I mean? Some people, are addicted to women. You know, most definitely is an addiction. Some of us men, have to overcome. To putting women number one in our life, most definitely, is it something that could be a giant. Some people giants in their life is their past, things that they have done there to create a history or a criminal record to stop them from progressing in life and accomplishing their goals easily. Create many obstacles in your life. So sometimes people, I know a lot of people that have criminal history, and that has become a giant in their life. But I do know people as well with the criminal history. Matter of fact, people that have done, 20 years plus in prison. And, homie, I'm going to have to hit you back. I'm doing a video. I'm on YouTube. Most definitely. I know people that have done 20 plus years in prison that allowed their time in prison actually to be a time that they self reflected and became knowledgeable of who they were, and it gave them time to think, to know what direction they wanted to go in life, and then they became once they be was able to receive probation or I'm sorry, parole, and then be um, receive parole and be in the state's custody outside the walls, they were able to change their life and actually be successful and do a lot of great things. And they have a great story, to tell. So that's why I wanted to most definitely put that story out of how someone can go into the correctional facility and do 20 years, but within their last 10 years, they use that time to gained 2 degrees, a mechanic degree, a degree in environmental science, and also was already very studious and a handyman. So they have very many different tools they were able to use to come out here and make money and to get themselves going and get momentum going in their life so that they can create the lifestyle that they wanted to live, outside of those walls. But they had a plan, and they most definitely had time to think about and strategize, exactly how they wanted to meet their goals. So, I feel like that's just, one of the things that you have to do is number one, have a plan of how you're going to defeat the giant in your life. Because I'm gonna tell you, in sports, if you don't have a plan, man, you plan to fail, and that's just facts in life as well. Because you can't just freestyle out here. You gotta most definitely have a plan and know what you can do every day to get a little bit closer to achieving your goals. You want to have like I have a 3 month goal, I have a 6 month goal, I have a year goal, I have a 4 year goal, then I have an 8 year goal, and then I have a 15-year goal, and I have a 20-year old goal. So that's kind of how I basically strategize my life, and I believe that since I've been doing this, I've constantly made achievements, and it's like the universe has drawn me closer um, to my goals just by me writing it on a piece of paper and having a plan. So it's very beautiful, and you should try it. And then number two, you most definitely need to prepare. Understand with the plan, there's going to be things that pop up, and then also number two, like I said, you have to prepare for the unexpected, and then the expected as well. You never know what it's going to take for you to overcome that goal. People, for instance, that like are alcoholics. I mean, a lot of times those people have to go to substance abuse programs. They have to do all type of classes. Sometimes they even have to get breathalyzers in their cars and stuff like that for a year or two to show that they can drive not intoxicated. And that requires a plan, most definitely. You got to go through classes. There's money out of your pocket. You got to pay for stuff. I mean, so you most definitely have to do a lot of planning in that. Three, you have to pursue it, and I'm talking about as if you have no other plans left. There's no other options for you. So you have to put your mind, body, and spirit engaged in what you're doing to make sure that all of your energy is gonna draw you in to what you're trying to pursue, and you're gonna be able to achieve that. Um, there's been many times that people, their mind tells them that they're capable of doing something, but their heart is in another place, and then they half-heartedly pursue whatever they're trying to pursue, and then they just end up, they get a little bit of progress, and then they stop. So, that's not what you want to do. You want to also always, most definitely follow through and pursue with all that you have to what you're trying to do in life. Never half-heartedly do anything because you get half results when you half-heartedly do things. We all know this. That's most definitely a fact. So I'm just trying to keep it 100 to let y'all know that those giants can always be conquered if you have a plan. If you most definitely uh, pursue what you're trying to do, and do it with a purpose, and make sure that you're not half-heartedly doing things. um, and most definitely, pray about things. Like I said, I'm a religious guy. That's what I've been basically taught to do, is to pray about everything. So I do that, and also connect with me and the God in me, because I most definitely, I know that I'm an extension of God. So I tap into that, and everything's usually always good. God usually draws me in the right direction that I'm supposed to be in by yielding to the spirit that He has given to me, to connect with Him. So it's a beautiful thing, and that as well can be something that other people out there can use in order to slay the giant in their life. Christianity was what I was brought up to uh, believe, and all of those biblical teachings and stuff like that gave me a lot of discipline and taught me how to be, how to treat people and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's other things out there, the Quran and Muslim people and people that believe in that, and Arabic, and then there's also Buddhist people out there, monks and stuff like that, and Native American people that believe in spirituality. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's all different type of religions and beliefs and stuff out there, but you have to most definitely remember to respect another person's opinion, because here in the United States, we all have their right. You dig? Everyone has their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody got a backside, everybody got an opinion. So you gotta respect people's opinions. Sometimes you can learn from what some other people believe, because it can be you putting yourself in their shoes and just kind of putting yourself in learning a different aspect of life. So it is what it is. I'm willing to listen to anyone. I have my own core beliefs. Just because you believe something different than me does not mean that you're a bad person. It just means that we have two different beliefs, and I do understand as well as culture has a lot to do with how some people believe. You know, so but at the end of the day, I'm thankful for the Most High, because that's what I believe, that He's the Most High, and he's there for those that want him and received him and accept him, but those that reject him, then he is what it is. He said, "Draw not at me, and I'll draw not at you." So that's just how that goes. And it just also goes with slaying your giant. Once again, many, many giants in your life, You gotta you gotta be real with yourself sometimes and reflect on who you are and the things that you're doing in life, and also understand where you're trying to be so that you can see if there are giants in your life, because some giants don't show themselves right off. They pop up, and like I said, you got to expect the unexpected. You got to plan. You got to pursue. You got to pray, and you most definitely have to know that the giant cannot stop you from your purpose in life. And my purpose here today is to motivate you to overcome that giant. I've had many different type of friends, because here at Censor Me Today, it's the judgment free zone, you know what I mean? So I talk to all different type of people, all different type of cultures, and all different type of languages. I'm not bilingual, but I do understand a little bit of habla español, see. And then, as well, I do know a little bit German. My name is Lars in German as well. But these great smartphones nowadays, they have interpreters on the apps, and you most definitely pretty much could find out anything you want to know in any language. All you gotta do is tap the button in the app and type in what you're asking the question. So it's pretty neat. Technology can be used a lot of different good ways to help your life easier, and make your life a whole less complicated. You feel me? But anyway, other giants can be personal giants as well that can be seen. Like I said, it could be spiritual things that some people are dealing with. Um, I personally, at one time, was dealing with anxiety. I haven't had it in some years now. Um, but I know that it was a rough time in my life. I was really dealing with a whole lot of different things that changed in my life at one time. My job changed. I had to move into a different place. Um, I still, had some things that I was maintaining, but then it's like, and, one of my kids came and stayed with me full time because I was a single parent at that time, and it's just I really had a lot of different obstacles, giants, you dig? And but what I did at that time is I actually allowed it to be a time that I actually sought a lot of spiritual um, guidance, and I did get that from church. And then I also did do use it as a lot of time for me to meditate and for me to read and to really tap into the God in me, as I said, because we all are demigods. We all come from God, So I really got to know myself and really just tapped into me, and to understand where my place in God was, and to also understand where my place in society was, which was to be a motivator, to be somewhat like a coach, you know. Um, and I feel like, most definitely anyone can be that, because we all have these giants in our life, and everyone has the testimony, I'm sure, of something that they had to overcome in their life. We call this um, adversity, is what we call it, and everyone has to overcome adversity in their life. So at the end of the day, you have to pursue what you're trying to do, pursue your goals, your dreams, and whatever you're trying to overcome, whatever giant you're trying to overcome in your life. Just remember that God gave you the power and the energy and the spiritual power to overcome any giant that's spiritual or physical in your life. Some people giants are physical disabilities. I had a cousin that's not here no more. Um, he died. He had heart problems, and he died real early at like 53. Rest in peace, Kevin. And he had like a short arm, and I would just talk to him at different times in his life, and kind of just being kind of a counsel or ear, for him to go ahead and relieve himself, because I believe in client self therapy is really the best therapy, because when you can talk and bounce your ideas off of someone else that's clear minded, and they're not judging you on by what you're saying, and they basically just be a mirror and bounce off the things that you say back to you so that you can hear what you're saying. I feel like that really helps people understand their mindset and puts reality in front of them so that they can understand really how they sound to other people as well. So, but anyway, he really used to tell me how that was his giant, was having that disability, because he really craved and longed to feel normal. He wanted to be accepted in society. His giant was not feeling accepted and not feeling love, and always feeling that he was not mounting up to a man. And he no matter what he may do or get or buy, he still felt this emptiness and this void, because he could look in the mirror and see this physical disability. And that was his giant. And the last time that I talked to him, he expressed this to me. hmm He expressed to me how even his baby's mother, when they would get into it, she would tell him how his son was ashamed that he was his father because he had a short arm, when his arms was short and disabled. Yeah. And not to have a pity party, because I'm just trying to let you know this guy never really ever expressed himself to anyone. He never really told anyone these things that he was telling me. He just felt really open to talk to me about things, and I'm only talking to it, saying, putting it out there now, because I know other people can grow and really, not allow their challenges and their giants to stop them in life, because he didn't, and he had a physical disability, one he had to carry around and could see. The whole world could see this disability. And like I said, there's visible giants and invisible giants, ones that you can't see. But anyway, long story short, you know, this guy, he always came and played basketball with us. For those, that don't know, I'm really athletic. I love sports. I play everything. Soccer, basketball, track, um, volleyball. I mean, run long distance. I'm fast short distance too. Mm, could jump decent. I could dunk, so I guess that's decent. But decent athletic ability. I run probably like a 4.6 and a half, 4.7 now. You know what I mean? So pretty athletic, I guess you would say. But this guy always came out there and competed with us, and gave it all he could. And if it was just a touch here or there, setting a pick, or even playing football, if it was just, blocking somebody or being a man, he still could catch, with both, with his hand, his good arm that was regular length, and then his disabled arm, he had a way that he could still do what he could do. And I've seen people on Snapchat, young men out there, doing this thing. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing at the AAU, high school and stuff, dunking and stuff. That's what I mean. Being an overcomer, what I'm saying? Slaying that giant in your life. Not feeling sorry for yourself, but having that energy and that mindset to think as a winner, and looking past the obstacle, past the giant, just like David did in the Bible. All the people in his whole clique, all the people from his countryside, all feared Goliath. All feared that giant. All feared the obstacle in their life. and said that there was no way anyone could defeat Goliath. Goliath would take men and bite their head off and throw their body in front of the camp. And all the men would be petrified and scared. That's what Goliath was doing. But David knew that the Most High was with him and that he was anointed by the Most High to do what he was doing, which was overcoming the giant in his life. Now, I just want to let y'all know that you got to know that you like David, that you have the Most High behind you, if you are a believer, to slay the giant in your life. But you might have to, for a moment, get by yourself to know who you are and to touch and awaken the God in you so that you can be the giant slayer that David was. Because everybody has the ability to awaken the Most High in them and to receive the Spirit so that you can be a giant slayer. As I have and as David have and other people in 2020 and 2021 with COVID. A lot of people had to be giant slayers, you know what I mean? So make sure that you do those things that you plan, that you purpose and pursue, and then pray. And make sure that you remember that no giant can stop you. In 2021, we're going